Okay, let's get started. So I have my scraper out here. I use this all the time. We have 3 cups of flour measured out. I have some semolina flour. And just so you can see, people that don't know about semolina flour, it's a little bit coarser, so it will give the noodle more substance. And then I have my 4 eggs ready to go. And we'll get started. So first off, I pour my flour all in a big pile on this board. And it looks like I dropped some off. So I keep it in there, and then I make a well in the middle. And then we'll take the semolina flour. This is 3 cups of flour and 1 cup of semolina, which I think might be a little bit too much. So I'm going to just put some of it in there. If you put too much, it seems like the noodles get kind of gets rubbery, I think. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Mix it in there. It doesn't feel too bad. We'll put some more. If it's just the flour, I think the noodles seem too soft. And now when I mix my eggs, I like to put a little bit of Italian seasoning in there. And that's how much, just a little bit in there. And then I also like to sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder because I love garlic and I like my noodles to taste good. And it's lasagna, so it should be perfect. And now we'll mix this up. And then we'll start by pouring a little bit of it in there and just kind of mix it around. This is where it's going to get pretty messy. After a while, I'll just dig in with my hands and just take a little bit of flour from the sides, try to incorporate it into this egg. All right, now we'll dump the rest of it in there. Oh, don't go up. It's quicker to do this with my hands. This is trying to escape. All right, I'm going in with my hands. And I did wash my hands prior to doing this. And then if your dough, we have to get this all nice and incorporated. And then if you think it seems too dry, you can always add a little bit of warm water, which I do have a 1/2 cup. Usually about a 1/2 cup is what I do. I can smell that garlic. All right, it's getting mixed up in there pretty good. All right, let me get my water. My half cup. I forgot to put my no-slip mat underneath my board. This could be interesting. And when you get a lot on your hands, just rub your hands together and get it off and get it back in there. I got to put that mat under here. I told you I didn't know what I was doing here. I paused it, I thought, but it ended up stopping it. So I had to figure this out. So back to making this dough. Now we're just going to keep adding this water. There's a good chance that we'll probably need more than this half a cup because it's like way dry. Just gotta keep kneading it around and until you get a nice soft bowl. Just keep adding little bits of more water. And I think I did forget to tell you that I do add some salt to my egg mixture too, and it was about a half teaspoon. It's starting to get there. A little bit more. Just keep picking up all the rest of this flour. Woo! All moved on me. Okay, I'm gonna pause this and keep kneading, and then when it gets close, I'll come back. It should pause, but it keeps just stopping it. So I might have to find a better app to make these videos with. I just kind of go around and try to collect up the rest of this dough there. I just push it forward and squeeze. And I use my scraper, kind of collect these, get them all here. Get your dough back in it. We want it to be smooth, not too sticky, but it still seems like it might be a little dry for me. But as you keep kneading, then it will all work together. But see, it shouldn't be. It feels kind of cracky and rough to me. It's usually about 10 minutes to knead, make it nice and smooth, and then it will have to rest for 30 minutes. And this feels like a pretty good dough. As far as it's not too dry and not too wet. It's a process to make pasta. But it's worth it. It tastes so good. I think I might add just a little bit more. Oh, this board keeps moving. And just this little bit more. Scrape up my board. The lady I learned how to make pasta from, she said she needs about 10 minutes. I want to get all the glutens in there working. It's getting pretty good. And then once you get it all done, you wrap it in plastic and let it rest. I'm going to grab just a little bit more water. It will have to rest for about a half hour. Ooh. Ooh. This board, my setup isn't very good for kneading this because my board likes to move all over the place. All right. Maybe a bit. If your dough is too wet and then it goes through your pasta machine, it doesn't roll very nice. And if it's too dry, it doesn't roll through there very nice either. All right, I think this is good. It's a little bit sticky, but not horrible. Feels pretty good. We'll get some plastic. I'll cover this up, and this has to rest for a half hour. All right, we're going to leave this sit here to rest. And then while that's resting, we will go over here. And I don't know if we'll be able to see this or not because I don't want to. Okay, while I'm waiting for my dough. We're going to brown this hamburger, and then we'll get the sauce together. This is going to be kind of tricky because I don't want to burn it. Okay, and also in this pot over here, where is it? I have onion in there. I'm going to start sauteing and doing the, then once they're getting good, then I'll put the garlic in there. So just brown your burgers, your hamburger or Italian sausage. I didn't have any of that today. I looked in my freezer, couldn't find it. So we're just doing lasagna with hamburger today, ground beef. The hamburger is all cooked. Now I will strain off the little bit of fat that there is on this. And I still have my onions in this pan sauteing. And I can put this garlic in there. I minced up 1 garlic clove. Just get them so they're translucent. And then we'll dump our sauce in. And my sauce is homemade sauce that I canned this summer. And I do season that as well. And that is these. And then I'm going to add a little bit of oregano and a little bit of basil. And we'll add the hamburger in. I brought up 2 jars because I wasn't quite sure how many I needed. But this is some really good homemade sauce. And then we can just let that cook and then wait for our dough. Yeah, that's good. We'll just add that in there because it will cook off. Now I don't have to make a very big batch of this because it's just my husband and I. All right, we'll see you back when the dough's ready. Okay, so there's our sauce. We're just going to let that simmer and cook. And then I'm going to take you back over here. I got the pasta machine set up. This is the one that I use. It's an Atlas 150 Wellness. Then we have our fettuccine cutter here, which we won't be using today, and our spaghetti cutter there. But we'll have to start out at the fattest level here. We'll start out at 0 and roll the dough through. And I'm not sure if all the dough recipe got caught in there, but because it stopped twice on me. But just to show you, you can see the difference between the semolina flour and the regular flour. The semolina is more gritty, so it gives more substance to the noodles. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes, and we'll take this off. You can see how much It's really soft and shiny now. And what I do, get this cutter again, and I'm just gonna cut off a section to work with it first, and then keep this in the plastic so it doesn't dry out. And then, I have this mixture over here of my semolina and my regular flour. I'm just going to mix that up because I'll use this for putting down here, because I don't want it to be, it feels too sticky right now. And I don't want it that sticky to go through the machine because it won't go very good. So I'll put a little bit on my work surface and I'll roll it out a little before we run it through the pasta machine. And now just a reminder, this dough is 3 cups of regular unbleached flour, 1 cup of semolina flour. I put a little bit of Italian seasoning, garlic, salt, and water in this. So I just want to roll it a little bit just so it kind of has a, I don't want it too much. This might actually be too big of a piece to work with. All right, now I got to move you this way so we can see it through the machine. I'll adjust you a little bit. I think you'll be able to see it. Okay, so we start at, nope, you can't see it. There, whoops. Right there. Okay, so we always want to start at the biggest setting, which on mine is 0, and then just run it through. And every time I run it through, it's going to get thinner, thinner, thinner. Okay, so that's the first time through. It stretched it out that far. And each time I do this, maybe not each time, but a couple times, I want to flour the surface, because if it's too wet, it does not go through there very good. All right, now I'm going to move it up to number 1. And I know for lasagna noodles, I want it a little bit thicker. I don't want it so thin, but I don't want it super thick either. Now we'll go to 2. And my settings go all the way up to 9. And depending, because I know my friend has a pasta machine and hers is opposite as mine as far as how the numbers come out. Okay. Flour it again, because I do not want it sticking in my machine. That is a mess when that happens. Now go to number 3. And I think it was either 4 or 5 that I liked best for lasagna noodles. I want to say it's 4. I think 5 was too thin. Let's see how long that is already. It gets super long. I'm going to go 1 more, and then for lasagna noodles, thank goodness, we don't have to do all that extra cutting. All right, now look at this. This is like super long. Just from that little chunk of dough, I've got this massive thing of lasagna noodles. So I'm going to cut these so I can keep them aside here. And as long as the dough is good and you got enough flour and stuff on it, they should not stick to each other. And if you don't have one of these, you need it for making this. It's so nice. Oh, I can leave this one just the way it is. But I think I'll flour the back of it, because this one doesn't feel as floured up as the other ones did. All right, that's pretty simple. And since I pushed the wrong button when I first started this, I may not. If I can't figure it out how to get all of it together in one clip, I may not do it. This feels a little sticky. And I don't always use that rolling pin. I did this time. It is nice for when I make raviolis. I do have this cutter that I use to do raviolis, but then I went on to, where is it? My drawer is such a mess, I can't find it. But now I have moved on to this for making raviolis. You put this, you put one sheet down, and then you put this just to make the pockets, because it will go through and make the pockets for the filling. And then when you're ready, and then you put another piece of dough on top, but you have to wet down all the edges. And then just put your rolling pin over it and it cuts them all. And it's really nice. These are jumbo raviolis. They do have smaller ones as well. All right, we'll do another sheet. Start at the biggest setting, which mine is 0. Then we go up to 1. And we'll go up to 2. 3. 1 more. We'll go up to 4. All right. Now we'll cut this one in half. And you know, for lasagna, your sheets don't have to be perfect. They can be any size because it's just going to be all covered up anyways. This one feels good to sit on top. All right, now I'm going to go start boiling water, so I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, now I am just boiling these noodles, and because it's fresh pasta, they don't take any time at all to cook. I've done 2 over there, and then I'm just going to let them sit, and I'm going to do this little by little, and get them all done. All right, now I am ready to start layering. So I've got mozzarella cheese. I've got Parmesan. I usually like to buy it in the block, but I don't have it today, so I'm using this. And then I've got some mild cheddar that I like to sprinkle too. So we'll get going. First, we'll put in a little layer of sauce. Okay, so that's the noodle once it's boiled. And it's nice because they're so big that you really don't take that many. In fact, I'm going to have to cut some because it's way too big. Then we'll put some more sauce. Get them all covered up. Let's sprinkle in a little bit of this Parmesan. I want to use up this first. Remember, I said I love garlic, so I'm putting that too. Oh, I forgot the ricotta. Oh, darn it. Yes, I know I had it. Need a bowl. All right, since I messed up and didn't put this on first, I'm just going to put some right on top, and I don't care. It will still taste the same, just be in wrong order on the layer. All right. Now the next layer, we'll do it the right way this time. Let's go this way. I think I'm going to have extra dough, so I'll probably make some either spaghetti or fettuccine noodles with that, and then you can just let those dry and you can keep them in your freezer for up to a month. I'll mix one more egg in with that. Yeah, that looks better. You do cottage cheese or ricotta. I like ricotta. Oh, that one's empty. Ooh, that one don't smell very good. I think I'm going to sprinkle a little salt and pepper on this one. start over. These noodles are so huge. This one's kind of broke. One more. This one's really big too. Stick that there. All right, that's that. I love Parmesan, if you can't tell. Let's use up this bag of cheese. Sprinkle some more garlic. Some more salt. Some more pepper. All right, and there we have it. There's our pan of lasagna ready to go in the oven. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful day and a Merry Christmas. Okay, I covered it with foil. It is ready to go in the oven, and I would probably bake it for maybe 40 minutes at 350. I always keep checking. I never time anything. I'm terrible at that part. I just do it. So once again, thanks again, you guys, and have a super day.